Moving on to the Owl House.
We didn't get to talk about last week's episode, so I think we should do that with this one's as well. First off, coven leaders actually not worth fucking sneezing at. You don't fuck with these guys. They wanted to make that part real goddamn clear, and boy, did they.
Right? I was actually kind of digging on oh god, I'm gonna have to look up these names. The coven leader of the Abomination Coven. That was pretty wicked. Let's see, it is Darius, there we go. And how he could just morph himself entirely into an abomination. Pretty much like a collective of abominations. It honestly kind of reminded me about how Belos and whatever the hell is going on with his body. I wonder if there's some relation to that.
Possibly. Fucking I don't remember the short one's name either.
Eberwolf.
Eberwolf. So like he can just summon beasts, right? Like that's his thing. He summons beasts.
It's either a he or a she because they're voiced by Kari Walgreen.
Anyway, they seem to be a beast summoner. I can't tell what exactly their deal is because they also go feral. So your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, it's really hard to say, but if nothing else, I'm kind of digging them for the most part. It kind of reminds me of Radical Edward from Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, now that you think about it, now that you bring it up, I'm seeing the similarities.
Not to mention their what you call it? Their Instagram bullshit. Penstagram, there we go.
Instagram.
Their handle is raised by direwolves, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Fucking, you know what? Since we got on the whole Penstagram thing, fucking King's dad.
Possibly. Maybe.
Well, whatever the hell he is, he looks very similar. Got that similar Cubone skull thing going on.
Yeah, and I feel like I want to believe that might be his dad, or at the very least an uncle, but at the same time, I don't know, Owl House is just messed up to have it revealed that it's someone wearing their pelt.
Dang.
Tell me you couldn't see it happening.
I mean, like, now that you bring it up, I can't rule out the possibility. Shit.
Although, the fact that they're voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson, I immediately want them to actually be King's dad, because damn that voice.
I mean, without question. The smoothest voice.
And it kind of connects to this week's episode too, but Rain whispers, and man, Ida, we ain't never seen Ida be attracted to someone so deeply. And, we came to find out in this episode that they were actually together. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah. I mean, you really, really see how the curse actually kind of fucked up Ida's life for a good long time.
Yeah, no kidding. She from her teens to her 40s, that's how long she's been dealing with this shit.
Jesus, that is some shit.
But we also got to see, because of what happened to Rain, that the sigils that a lot of the people who have joined covens are under, those are all actually ways that the Emperor is able to control them, which is what a lot of people were guessing, but not to this degree. That was really off-putting.
Rain Winters is going through now, but I can't imagine it's going to be very good. And I said Winters instead of Whispers. Anyway, they're not having a good time.
No.
Is the point. They're having a real bad time.
Yeah, it's unfortunate too, because it was that's the first solid bit of resistance we've seen against the Emperor, and it consisted of two kids we've only just been introduced to, and Katya, who was from the first episode, who ended up in the Conformatorium again. I felt really bad about that. I mean, there was only so much to talk about with the first episode. King trying to get the message out to his dad, Ida's love life, which I eat all up. I'm all for it, and that's about it for that episode, the real meat and potatoes was this episode. Like, oh my god. Just
Hey, so the thing about this episode is like I liked everything that happened in it, but because everything had kind of a really high when I say high resolution, I mean like positive, like things ended on a really high note for everybody, and it's just like that's great. What are you about to set up to destroy all the happiness you're creating right now?
well, considering how the episode ended with Hooty, and I'm gonna tell you straight up, I damn near lost my shit at that moment. I'm just like, was that the balance that ultimately Hooty just made it so that King couldn't get the answers he needed immediately? Like, I don't know how to feel about all of that. It's
God
like,
damn it.
ooh, a bug! Ugh. Like, Hooty, I swear to God, you were doing so well. You were doing so well.
But it's Hooty. Hooty's got to be that awful birdworm creature.
Yeah, but we learned a lot about demons in this episode because of the interaction between King and Hooty. That a lot of the people who are very much not humanoid are in fact demons. Demons also have the magical bile sac. And apparently King can what's the word I'm looking for? He can pull a black canary.
Yeah, he's got Sonic screaming.
Yep, the Sonic Screech! And best of all, it's an excuse to bring back Alex Hirsch's yeah voice.
Yeah, except now you just got Bill going, wah!
Wah! Wah! But dude, the stuff with Ida, where to begin with that? That's a whole situation to unpack.
That was a lot to unpack. I mean, Jesus Christ. Apparently she just straight up put her own dad's eye out.
Yeah, which see, I was taken off guard because with the episode with Ida and Lilith's mom, and then the revelation that her dad is still around. Their dad is still around. I'm just like, oh, okay, that's weird. I wonder why we've never actually seen a dad. And then we see what happened in the past, and it explained so much. Because I don't know about you, but I have always kind of felt like the situation with Ida's curse was, it always felt like she resented it more than you would kind of think, especially because she's lived with it so long that you would think she would have learned to accept it to some degree after all this time, but it was understandable that maybe she wouldn't. No, the fact that she injured her own father because of it, now that builds resentment towards something.
Yeah. And then when it cuts to like Rain breaking up with Ida, she knew it was coming. She wasn't ready. Like, she didn't want it to happen. She knew what was going to happen. She didn't, she knew the breakup was coming. She never liked reliving that memory, but it's just like, you just, it further expands just on just how much that curse really had to force her to be alone.
Yeah.
Because she was afraid of hurting people.
Yeah, and it's like one of those things where it's just like you could have opened up to Rain, you could have just let Rain in about the situation, but it's just like that fear of hurting someone is like so overpowering that you just can't allow yourself to go down that road, and it's just like it really explains so much about the way Ida lives, the way she acts, her personality. It really explains so much. But you also have the owl curse in general, and that flashback raises a lot of questions because it seemed like those were the owl beast's memories specifically. Like the creature was being chased by that cloaked figure, and then it got turned into that curse, washed up on the beach, got found by that person, was put in a bargain bin, which is probably why Lilith thought it was just going to be some, temporary curse. I mean, that doesn't absolve her from the shitty thing she did to her sister, but at the same time, it's just like, she probably got it for like a penny or some shit, and bought it thinking it was going to be some cheap curse, trip Ida up, and then just it spiraled Ida's life out of control for years, which, like, damn.
Cool though that Ida seems to have made peace with this owl creature.
Ooh, yes. And we get, I don't know about you, but Ida's harpy form is, like, damn, I need some, like, fan art of this, like, now.
Yeah, Harpy Ida is she looks cool as shit and sleek as fuck. I'm just like, bro, hold on.
It's just like,
damn, girl.
Like, Ida, you could have got it before, but now you can get it. Damn.
Bro, the fact that Hooty, of all people, was the one who actually made Amity and Luce finally become a couple is just like, that is the craziest thing. That's the craziest thing. All the other shit, it's wild, but the craziest thing is the way he helped Luce get a girlfriend.
Yeah, it's just like after all these years, I remember I was there with Korra and Asami holding hands and leaving it ambiguous as to what exactly was going on. There's no ambiguity here, motherfucker. It's been 10 years. Almost. And we finally got it. It's been a long ass ride, but we're finally here.
Oh, we finally got there, boys.
Oh man, it's just like going forward. It's just like they're in a relationship. You know, congratulations to all you shippers. This is what you've been asking for the longest time. We could have played hardball for another, frick, till the end of the season, if nothing else. But nah, we got this now, and I have to wonder if the price we had to pay was the fact that season 3 is going to be all of 3 specials, but hey, you got it. It's done.
Yep, which means shit is going to start hitting the fan, and then from there, ooh, buddy.
Yeah, and that's about it for the episode, though. It's just like Ida has a new form, King has a new power, Luz has a new girlfriend. Everybody got a little something.
And then next week, it starts all going to shit.
I mean, hey, we've essentially reached around the halfway point for this season, so why not?
At 8 episodes?
I mean, generalizing. I'm not sure where else we can really go at this point that isn't just the downward spiral into madness, so
I guess we'll see.
Yeah.